have this Dawn flex waiting, so maybe Tundra picks Netta's hero at the phase, but it's like, it's not some end of the world stuff because you can still counterpick it if you want. So you're at least getting one guaranteed lane counterpick. You can late pick Nisha's hero, so maybe he's not going to see his lane, but he will see a lot of heroes. I think they are a lot happier because, you know, Tundra picks this double sup. It's not something super scary. It's not oomph, you know? Like you see in the last game, there's a Brood, bam, like you need to respond to this. Your whole draft is revolving around this. You're scared, you're thinking about what they pick. Like Tundra picks 2 sups, and it's fine. It's, you know, decently well-rounded. There's nothing wrong necessarily, but I think Secret is in a much more comfortable position. They're happy with what they have, and they're sort of, you know, planning things out. They can get some better structure, I think, than they had the other game.
I mean, they also just get to ban, like, whatever they don't want to play with.
Yeah.
The 2 supports are locked, right? So then you get Naga ban, you get OD ban. Probably the 2 most annoying heroes from game 1.
And I think it's kind of the beauty of a best of 3, and sometimes, you know, you see it in a best of 5. The teams develop over time. They run into these different scenarios and they have to adapt. And you can see that Secret has so much confidence in this Dawnbreaker, and they take it and then they ban everything that they've played against before. And now Tundra is the one that has to adapt, and they're going back to one of the things they used to do, which is pick this guy, his Tusk. However, this does mean that Secret gets a nice counterpick for Nisha mid, and we know how much damage Nisha can do when he gets a counterpick mid.
Yeah, I mean, Nisha is an absolutely beastly player with a good game. I mean, there's maybe some angle with this Tusk pick here. Like, you would think that, hey, you see Dawn, you know it's going to one of the side lanes as a core. Maybe you want to pick the cores to counterpick that. But I think this team puts a lot of value on Nett having like a very impactful pick slot. Like they'll give him the 8 with some oomph pick, they'll give him 18, or they'll give him like some hero that he thinks is insanely broken. So maybe they see, hey, we have this Tiny, we don't want to pick like some double melee, really weak lane like Blind, and then we get counterpicked. So let's save our offlane pick. We think Netta and having a good lane in our offlane is really valuable. Like we're going to put extra emphasis on that. And hey, 9, you always do fine in lane anyway. You can run around and cast your spells just like you would in any other game.
It's going to be interesting to see what he opts for this Tusk, because I could see them getting like an Ember or Storm or something here. They just want to get a mobility hero that abuses like some of the lack of super early stun that this Tusk provides, but they went for the Earth Spirit as well. I also feel like this Earth Spirit CM duo is kind of designed to keep that Visage pick in check that you always have to think about coming down, especially when they have this tiny 4.
Zeus.
There's the immobile Spirit.
I like it, because, you know, he can get away from shards. It's not that easy for them to set up a kill on this Zeus. There's almost always going to be a response. And when you think about how these heroes are going to clash against each other, which I'm sure these guys are considering right now when they're talking about it, there's so much poke coming up from Secret that Tundra has to commit for a fight. They have to commit for a kill. They're going to go in deep, and then, you know, the counter initiation starts. There's going to be Dawnbreaker ulti, there's going to be this Earth Spirit ulti. So currently I'm kind of digging Secret's draft, but, you know, we're kind of missing 2 heroes on the other side.
Yeah.
So it looks better.
I mean, I think there is one element to Secret's lineup that Tundra may look to exploit, which is they have a lot of this very similar magic damage. It's like mid-range damage, so if this pipe, this Wraith Pack comes out, we talked about the Wraith Pack being annoying in the first game. Secret is incredibly bad against Wraith Pack and also really bad against killing it, and here's your Wraith Pack hero. So they will have this, you know, potential, hey, maybe our lanes are falling apart a little bit, our heroes need levels, our heroes all do damage the same way, and potentially this Wraith Pack pipe like become a problem.
Yeah, that was a very good pick for them. I feel like everybody almost forgot it was like still in the pool because it's been a first base hero for so long, but
I think they just fell into the trap. If you guys remember, Secret played against this Enigma and they actually picked Crystal Maiden and Dawnbreaker.
Yeah.
And they absolutely demolished this Enigma, and that's exactly what they're going to do now. Like, okay, we're just going to lane this Dawnbreaker CM against you. They're going to last pick something else. I'm not sure. It could be, you know, a Rezo hero. It could be a Crystallis hero. But I think this is actually better for Secret. I think they messed up on Tundra.
Interesting. I mean, I think was it against Tiny in that other game? Because I know people value like the Enigma with Tiny especially differently than other Enigma lanes, because you have this like wacky toss back, like the Eidolons duplicate, and then you just get exploded by all the Eidolon right clicks. I mean, I think this is another one of those situations sort of similar to the first game where Tundra's like, hey, we know like what you're going to play against this, and let's see who has the right idea and how this lane plays out. In the first game, it seemed like Secret did. Maybe it's, you know, maybe Secret has it again.
I would not be surprised to see this Enigma Tiny like do okay on this lane, just because of how much they play these summons. I agree, you're kind of giving Secret some comfortability here in terms of like, they just get to play this Dawnbreaker Enigma matchup. At the same time, there is no BKB Blink Black Hole cancel. So if Tundra feel like that is something they needed in this game in terms of like a hard shutdown for a carry that's going to come out and they don't want to have to counter with their last pick, it helps them a little bit in there. Because like, are they going to pick Visage here for the Wraith Pack? It doesn't seem amazing, right?
What about a Vengeful Spirit in there?
Oh, Venge.
That is an exotic choice, I'll tell you that.
I don't know if I believe in Venge, but...
Okay, they double down on destroying this Enigma.
I mean, this is a hero people were picking in scrims a lot before TI against this Enigma, experimenting. I've seen lanes where the Enigma gets absolutely blown out of the water, and other games where Enigma sort of survives.
I think he should get toasted here. Like the Dawnbreaker lane, I think you can play a little bit around because Tiny can interrupt the spells. But this lane it's CM gyro. Like you are getting nuked, you are getting flacked. It's pretty hard to play this lane. I don't know if Tiny interacts that well with it. So I like this pick. I mean, I don't think you're too worried about scale here. All the gyro has to do is just fight. He can even be like third net worth. You're not even sad in this game because you have Zeus and Dawnbreaker to back up the scale. Exactly.
I'm definitely liking this response from Secret. They have multiple lanes that are good against Enigma. They have a lot of different damage resources now with, you know, Gyrocopter bringing that physical damage. Dawnbreaker can build into that Desolator. We have seen Dawnbreakers go for the Wraith Pact build before. I don't know if he's going to do that. I think Rezo, you know, kind of popped off last game and owned. We're going to see last pick. It is going to be the Skitter CK.
Sticking to the comfort.
Is this a hard CK game, or what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of in-game matchups, this Zeus one, as time progresses, is pretty bad. All your illusions kind of just explode, and your hero explodes too. I mean, potentially they just feel like they need this tempo. They want this strong lane. It's, you know, back to the comfort for Tundra, but it's another game where I feel like I look at the draft and Secret has pretty good options. They have good draft integrity, much better than the, you know, how easy it was for them to play the first game. I think, you know, now this Gyro can kill the Wraith Pact. I feel like I look at this draft and I'm pretty chill if I'm Secret, I think.
I think it's similar to the second game. It's like Tundra's trying to get this carry who can push out the lanes and give this kill threat between the Tusk and Mirana that they like to use, along with the Tiny, some ability to open up the map and find the kills. But Secret just has so much lane shove to back it up, and on top of it, they have the global ability. They have the Solar Guardian, they have Zeus ult, so they can back up some of these heroes that otherwise would be scared to push lanes or get gone on. They can turn it around. I think that was like, I think the Solar Guardian was huge in game 2 in terms of breaking how Tundra was trying to play that map.
I totally agree. I think this Dawnbreaker pick, especially, they realized that after game 2, this hero is what is going to help them defeat the way Tundra wants to play. How do you want to play this game? Push out the waves, and then, you know, the fact that other heroes are showing and they attack elsewhere on the map, can't do that against Dawnbreaker, right? So I do agree. I do like Secret again. A lot of it is going to come down to how this Enigma does in the bottom lane. If something happens where they get this kill with Toss, it can completely change the way that this game is going to go.
Yeah. So that lane is going to be all important. But Quinn, how else can Tundra, like if you guys are all leading towards Secret ways, what does Tundra need to do to claim the W, go to the grand finals?
I think a lot of it just does come down to this Enigma lane. If he has a good start, suddenly this Wraith Pact pipe, they start looking extremely intimidating. Secret heroes can be very low damage. They can start being like, oh guys, we can't really kill the heroes. There's this Tusk randomly running around. I think when your offlane does really well and you have this super mobile mid, like it can exacerbate the problem like greatly. Like suddenly this Tusk is all up in your business, and what can you really do to this guy?
Any lane swaps or anything that would help enable this, or is it just purely going to have to be through play?
I feel like a lot of his gameplay, they just kind of have to be. Neta is a great laner. This is a situation he picked himself into. He was happy with the situation. They didn't bend the gyro. I think he can clutch it up.
One word answer, gentlemen. Fly. Who's going to the grand finals?
It's going to be Secret.
All right, Quinn?
Secret.
All right, you heard from our analyst. Thank you so much to Fly and Quinn joining us and breaking down the draft to such an extreme level. I feel like we all learned something in that one. But game 3 of Secret versus Tundra. It's about ready to go. One of these teams is going to be going to the grand finals. Maybe the other team will join them, but it'll have to be a very long Sunday for them. They'll have to go through the lower bracket. They'll have to play 2 series in a row. It's always a rough one.
Nobody wants to do that, except maybe Matumba. That guy likes playing Dota.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to get as much Dota in before he retires.
I mean, this is another game where I feel like this Tundra draft does exactly what they've been doing the whole tournament. They have a bunch of heroes who can push the lanes out. They have an illusion carry. They have a summons off laner. They have this killer mid for 9, like the spear breaker, like the OD, whatever. He can run around, make some crazy stuff happen, help set up the kills for supports.
It got us this far. Let's not stop.
Yes,
right?
It's very much up their alley. At the same time, I do think like this Dawnbreaker has to be one of the heroes that's better conceptually against the style, because she's extremely tanky, shoves the waves pretty fast, is giving you that scale advantage. At the same time, in a way, she's protecting other heroes from shoving out lanes, right? Imagine Nietzsche is pushing lanes, as Gyro's pushing lanes later in this game. He gets arrow, Tusk jumps him, you have the Solar Guardian come out. Yeah. Suddenly, Tundra are in a position where they need more heroes to go for those types of kills, and every time you force them to have to commit more and more numbers, those moves become a little bit harder, right? So Tundra has to just be that little bit faster and a little bit quicker, and 3 runes.
Nice kick away.
Tip.
That'll secure, yeah, that 3rd bounty rune. So does mean he doesn't have rolling boulder, which I don't know if that's important or not when it comes to this lane.
And they're also going to put the Earth Spirit down here again. So similar to last game, Zayats will take the safe lane with Chrysalis. Not doing that CM gyro lane, which I feel would just melt the Eidolons.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, flak is enough at the later levels. So maybe they're just fine doing this. They want to set up the stronger off lane. Maybe they're worried about playing double melee into this Chaos Knight lane. Maybe it's just Rezo, you're the carry, right? Like, let's secure Resolution Dawnbreaker this game because we saw what it did last time. I mean, Gyro, like we talked about, doesn't have to be the true one in this game. Gyro can just play for some spells, running in, being annoying, shutting down the Enigma early, and catch up later. He doesn't have to have the greatest start of his life because, again, very strong scaling Tricore from Secret if this game goes late.
It's already doing so much, Puppey. Pushing back the Snake King Mirana, blocking the easy camp as well. The other side, Zayats actually gets a pretty nice W here, and being able to pull the hard camp off of Saksa. A little bit of block in here. Nisha doesn't really care too much. In fact, he slows him down. 9 in response, snowballs onto the range creeps. I don't know why, man, but little stuff like that always gets me. I love to see those cute little 1v1 matchups and how just the little plays and counter plays make the difference between one CS.
Zeus wasn't doing that a year ago.
That is true. Saksa gonna be run down here. Is this gonna be our first blood? Looking like it. Zayats will claim that one. Away from Chrysalis. First blood for Team Secret already, especially with the 3 bounty runes. They're up by a K.
Yeah, that is a very fast start for them, and very nice for a hero like Earth Spirit. I mean, we were discussing these melee cores for Zayats in a lot of the games because this is just what he's playing. Nyx, Tusk, Earth Spirit. I think Earth Spirit is his best hero. Like, his Nyx is crazy good. He had insane impulse late game, but this is, I think, is actually his best hero. And if this hero gets off to a good start, you just bypass a lot of his issues, right? You get to the faster level 6, you get to some early items. This hero doesn't need much. You get to an urn, you get to a BKB, and you just become a beast. So getting the first blood gold here for him in a safe lane Earth Spirit scenario is the cherry on top here for Secret. They are leading the CS board in all 3 lanes. I mean, seriously, this Enigma is getting destroyed early on.
I mean, they took maybe a little bit of a risk. And as you said, they could have done Crystal Maiden Gyrocopter and just absolutely dumped on 33's game. But instead, they tried to make both the side lanes, or tried to win both the side lanes by putting the Crystal Maiden down there. And it's worked.
Yeah, they're just winning them both. This is a very fast start for Secret.
Meanwhile, I feel like Nisha gotten every single CS in this lane. 19-5. He's having a hell of a spree right now, but he is getting dangerously low all the time from 9's spam out of shards and such.
They got a Thunder, don't miss.
Apparently not. Not even a high ground miss. Zayats getting blocked in. He's not going to be able to roll out of that one. Chrysalis will in turn pick up a decent number of those Eidolons. And actually, whoa, I didn't see that. Neutral creep got him.
Got it.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, that's a decent trip to base then.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you essentially traded your life, didn't give any gold over to Tundra, and you got Eidolon kills out of it.
Those Eidolons are super nice for Chrysalis. He also gets some solo XP. Free trip for the Earth Spirit who finished boots off the first blood gold. These little sequences going Secret's way. I will say, nice double deny from 33. He was like denying one Eidolon with his hero and another with other Eidolons.
Yeah, I did see that. That was cool.
Out. Like, very small things this team does extremely well.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the advantage.
33, easily one of the best micro players in this TI, and he's put into good work here once again. This time around, no neutral creep to deny them that last hit on Zayats. They will get that kill, but again, Chrysalis gets all the Eidolons, so the trade-off is not really that clear.
It's pretty weird. I mean, honestly, if I was this Earth Spirit, I don't think I'd be too sad. Because it costs Tundra their combo in terms of resources, right? And it pushes the lane in because you get the flak, it shoves out, you kill Eidolon. Crystals will get to do this pull. He's not the one dying. He gets a bunch of solo XP. I think it's what Tundra need to do in terms of coming back for this Enigma, pushing his net worth up, getting the XP for Tiny.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not some like end-all be-all. And I mean, that's also the deadly combination of this Tiny Enigma. Like, you just step up too far, you get all in. I mean, Zayats will have to walk all the way down here.
When was the last time we saw Tundra lose lanes like this? I feel like
this is a rough start.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to get much better than this in a TI upper bracket final. You know, these are two of the best teams in the world. And Secret pulling a decent lead out of these lanes, especially versus the CK.
Oh, Chrysalis maybe overextended himself a little bit. But Zayats Stop Soxa in what would have been an avalanche toss back under tower with Malphus still on him. Like, that could have been a kill on Chrysalis, but Zayat's put a stop to it.
I mean, this CK is just, he's getting beat up top. He's had to invest in extra regen. The extra CM nukes doing a decent damage in terms of the economy. And Skeeter's gonna have to catch up this game. Like, this is 3 Secret Cores pulling decently ahead in this early game for only 5 minutes.
Yeah, Skeeter's not gonna be happy with that one.
And again, this is a double global lineup. So if you fall behind, Secret pulls ahead with the levels.
Yeah.
Suddenly you have Thunder God's Wrath, you have Solar Guardian online, whereas you're trying to catch up with your own ults. And by the time you get there, it's harder to use those because they have the global response.
Yeah, like one roll in from Zayat could be a kill on any core if they're far enough ahead. This would be an all-important kill. They're gonna have to snowball and do manage to keep up with Nisha as he tries to hop over the cliff. They do have the roll in though. They need a little bit more damage. Nisha delivers a bunch before he goes down. Maybe Secret can collect some kills in return. 9 is so low. Puppy's gonna throw it out. Frostbite's gonna be game. And Soxa left the DD for his mid laner and may regret that choice. Nope, they're not gonna go for the dive.
He's thinking about it.
Roll in from behind, Zayat's blind, trying to find Soxa, does get him now, slows him down with that double damage, puts it to work. The toss over is not good enough. Puppy will secure the last hit. 2,000 net worth lead now for Team Secret, 3-2.
Nice response from Secret to turn that mid fight around. I thought Nisha was just gone for sure, but they get the double kill out of it, they get the rune. Extra levels for these supports. Puppy's up to level 5. There's a lot of early damage gonna come out from the CM Earth Spirit combo. And Tusk is also not a hero who wants to be losing these river fights. Like, this is where his spells are pretty strong. He's pretty tanky. You can abuse the stack gain. Zeus is a hard hero to man up on. I respect that go attempt play. These are the types of things Tundra, they need to start looking for in this game. Get the tiny Mirana going, finding these little kills and pickoffs. You have CK stun, you have Malphus. 3 stunning cores from Tundra here to set up some of these kills. Yeah,
and some of this may just come down to the fact that they lost the lanes, right? If this Chaos Knight, who's usually a hero that has so much sustain, you could chill out by yourself, but you can see the pressure continues. He's not able to stay alone in this lane, so Snaking kind of always has to be here, ready to go with the arrow. Thunder God's Wrath isn't enough, the Frostbite isn't in range, so he turns around and uses it on the Mirana instead. At Puppy will be able to walk it off, but the fact that Snaking can't rotate out of this lane, I think, is debilitating to all of that aggression that Tusk wants to be able to put down.
Yeah, normally they want to be able to leave Skeeter alone at this point. Get that double support rotation cooking around their mid. 9 is the hero they often play through for that early tempo, so side lane's going a little Safar does mean that the supports get blocked up in these random 2-on-2s. They don't necessarily want to be in for too long. 8-minute rune fight. Well, Nisha was trying to jump forward, as Snaking will go down to Rezo. These Tundra supports, they're having issues in this early game.
That Silencer game, where Puppy was super under-leveled. It was like 13 minutes in, he was still level 5. Not this game, man. He is way far ahead thanks to all of these kills. Level 3 Frostbite, maybe not even need the tome. Save that one for Zayat.
Yeah, I'll take it anyway, you know?
Roll in, kick back, nice play. 9 out of spells, needs a little helping hand. Snaking the arrow slides right on by, but was enough to dissuade Secret, pushing in some more. They're actually going to use this to smoke. This is a cool play.
Yeah, they're going to try and activate this Tusk heading towards top.
Got it.
CK is one of the easier carries to smoke to because you can just stun the guy and sets up for you easily. See if Rezo feels this one coming.
The right time here, or is he going to get a little bit too...
He might. He feels it coming.
Sticking on the hard left-hand side of the lane.
He right on top, man.
They got a ward. They're going to come forward now, though. 9 immediately goes for the pick off onto the Crystal Main. They're going to chain stun him, get that kill. Nice and easy. Now 9 needs to get out because, from the side, Nisha hopping on in. That is a trade-off that Secret is very happy with, I'm sure.
Beautiful read of that move from Secret. Just saying that this tiny city mid, there's only one place Tusk is going to go, right? Rezo reads the move, pings it out, says, hey, Puppy, you wanna take that one for me? He does. Does his job. That'll get Zeus a pretty nice kill. He's just having a great game here early on. This is a pretty nasty Zeus game. Like, you're counteracting the Mirana ulti with the vision. You're screwing with the multiple stun initiators from Tundra. You're forcing them to have to gap close you through all of this secret AoE. So the stronger the Zeus is, the faster he gets to that shard, the Kaya, all this extra damage.
There it is. The combination we talked about, the roll-in into the global possibilities for Secret.
That early level 6 from Rezo puts it to good use. Get a core kill. Gyro. I mean, I was thinking this Gyro might have like a Toughest lane, maybe, and maybe he doesn't have to carry the game. And he's just leading the pack. Level 8.5.
He's rushing an early Chrysalis.
Can never have too many carries.
That's true. Well,
The prize is mine.
my C-Pubs may beg to differ, but
You can never have too many carries, Cap.
6-3. Team Secret, well, he did have a 2,000 net worth lead, so it has gone down a little bit. So it seems like the state of the game has at least been okay for Tundra, even though we've seen them, lose some kills and stuff like that. It seems like economy-wise, they've been doing all right for themselves. So I wonder how many stacks Chrysalis has available.
Well, Nisha's doing his best to steal him a bit.
There it is. We got 6 of them packed up. Yeah, Stoxa comes in, tries to grab what he can.
I don't think Secret want to give up this jungle too early here.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower has
You're always
fallen.
happy to farm it out, but if Tundra's going to give you these skirmishes, I feel like Secret is pretty strong in them just because of how many levels they have on these supports. Like, Puppy's not too afraid. You also are losing in this tier 1 trade, so that was something from the other game. Secret defended their tier 1 for a long time against that 33 Brood Visage. This game, little different. He's just going to claim it here, push himself towards the raid pack, the rush she will have.
Skeeter looks like he's going to call it quits on that safe lane for now, but 11.5 minutes in, safe lane tower still being up is great progress, and they will have that Wraith pack coming in now for the Enigma, so who knows, they may even make a rotation back at some point. Roll in on point, Science. He's going to be able to get some serious damage onto this Enigma, but they don't necessarily have any follow-up. Too many heroes here on the side of Tundra for showing up, with Moonlight Shadow being used as well.
Yeah, what indeed? Too many heroes there, not expecting them all. Solar Guardian was just coming off cooldown as well. You will pay the price
Dire's top tower is under
for their vision sins.
It's a little bit of information, though, out of Tundra for the rest of the team. Though they're not really able to take advantage of that. I mean, I guess in many ways, Dawnbreaker is just not a hero that can take that tower. And yeah, now 33's up here. So now if you want to take that safe lane tower, you have to fight into the Wraith Pact hero. That is pretty scary.
You have to take this soon if you're Secret. Like, you have to equalize the map, open up some more space for your Gyro to farm. Remember, Gyro is this triangle rotation farm pattern hero. He really needs his tier 1 down to open up enemy jungle and make those rotations efficient. They will finally claim it. Be very happy with that. Now it just comes down to these mid fights. How much does Tundra want to push this mid tower or smoke to the triangle? The answer is right now, Armless CK.
Time is of the essence, it seems, for Tundra.
I do not want to give too much space to this Secret Tricore again.
The Enigma is going to push in the mid lane while the rest of the team smokes out behind the mid-tier 1 tower. Great D-ward read, though, from Team Secret.
That's incredibly valuable here. Going to help protect this Zeus. They are just chipping this tower. Eidolon's doing a decent amount of work. Pretty hard to engage for Secret here. They don't want to walk up too much. There could be CK in the trees. You don't know where this Tuskar is. He was bottom. They don't get the tier 1, but about as close as you can get.
Yeah, certainly. All right, so an early Chrysalis and a straight-up BKB, so really delaying the Aghanim Scepter a lot for Chrysalis. Feeling like he's going to need that early team fight item.
I think this build is fine. Like, the Ags is a farm accelerator, but you got to remember what he's playing with, right? He's playing with 2 other cores that are going to take a lot.
Sure.
He's playing with a Crystal Maiden who can soak up some farm as well. Like,
so don't be greedy.
I mean, there's just a limit to how many creeps you can eat on the map.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think early BKB is strong in this game with that Chrysalis just going in, soaking up some spells, dealing some decent physical, making the fight happen for your other 2 cores. Because Zeus does not want to go in. And this Dawnbreaker doesn't really just want to run in first either, right? He wants to ult on top, either an Earth Spirit roll, Gyro going in. So if Gyro can frontline, it's nice. And on the flip side, this Tundra teamfight is a lot about using this Mirana ult to find the targets they want between Tiny and Tusk. Searching for it now.
Tried this before. They're going to have to lead off with the Avalanche. Tumbler Toy over the side to make sure they get the toss. And a very nice pickoff for Tundra. He kind of needed to, but Secret, they're going to chase after these guys. 9. He's got a haste rune, so he may not be able to outrun that rocket, but he can get some serious distance. They're going to try and chase. Oh, what an interception! What a play from Rana. Now in turn, they're going to save each other with the snowball. Sasha with a beautiful avalanche. Hello, Black Hole. Goodbye, Secret.
Beautiful interception there to just turn the fight around.
Oh, and one more. Wrap it up. That'll be a team wipe for Tundra.
Whoever you want.
What
5-man wipe.
a setup.
That was just beautiful, baiting the overextension. That roll is just too deep, and of course, no Solar Guardian to come out in that fight. Like, that spell might have turned that fight around right there.
Yeah,
super clump, super slow, all in the Earth Spirit gun, but your Dawnbreaker sitting in the fountain just don't have that big spell to sustain you through the damage. And, I mean, this chase, he has a haste rune. Nine just baiting it out the whole time. Not even sure he dies on this rolling. But
Either way,
nice heads up
Snake
play.
does his best Secret Service impression there. Protects the president. 33 comes in with the cleanup.
Snake King's a sacrificial guy, you know?
Yeah,
He's
he is.
happy to jump in there, take the bullet, as long as he gets the dub.
That means Tundra gotta be feeling really good about that momentum shift, especially after how hard that laning phase was for them. So the fact that they are now solidly back in control of this game, if they can get to a point where they've got the pipe completed on the Enigma, then we're full team fight ready to go. Wraith Pack pipe, just like the Broodmother.
And that Wraith Pack pipe is deadly this game, right? There's only the Dawn Starbreaker and the Gyro Black to really clear into the physical area. Everything else is just AoE magic. Yep. So that EHP from Pipe Wraith Pack just, it's going to be deadly in this mid game.
Now, what do you think of this pickup from Nisha? He's rushing the E-Blade. Do you think that is trying to protect people from Tusk Chaos Knight? Do you think it's trying to cut through this Wraith Pack pipe and just like really nail that single target damage? Mixture of both, maybe?
Definitely a bit of both, right? Like, if he gets gap close, he can E-Blade the Tusk, who's not going to go BKB first. He's going the Deso build. So if you E-Blade him, leap away, bolt him back, Nine just gets debilitated in that type of engagement. At the same time, you can E-Blade yourself before one of those jumps. It's very nice. There's also a lot of chain stun potential from Tundra. Like, you get Malefice, you get Avalanche, there's an arrow coming through. If they commit on a chain stun target off the arrow and you E-Blade that guy and it saves him from a lot of that physical burst, you can turn the fight around. Puppy flirting with danger.
Yeah, it really was.
I don't think Skeeter thought it was just him. And it was.
It really was. The rest is secret. They were a bit of distance away, Snaking. They're going to try and pop him here. They're going to throw the Dawnbreaker ultimate on top of this to ensure the fast kill, but they're on the wrong side of this cliff. He's just going to try and use it to his advantage, though. They do have the shard out. There's no black hole to fear, so they can just kind of run headlong into Tundra, perhaps. A freezing field. Keep it going. Just managed to get that one kill. Resolution tries to finish it off, but Dawnbreaker Hammer can't go to 3. Now Chaos Knight, Skeeter trying to get the armlet toggling, but Nisha delivers the damage. Not quite enough. The toggles keep going. Frostbite going out. Now Crystal is low. Flat cannon shots, one after the other, but Skeeter stays alive through it all. He toggles through everything.
Nisha got stuck on that high ground cliff too, trying to position to just stay out of range, but it's not enough to finish off that CK. Skeeter lives through it all. We saw the type of fight Skeeter wanted to take, taking the Wraith Pack down early. These Tundra heroes are tanky, man. Like, the damage is done, right? You have 2,000 HP to cut through on this Tusk, 2,000 on this CK. A nice way to start out killing the support for free. Then you're like stuck in this clump engagement. You're getting multi-avalanched. That shard ended up slowing down the gyro as well. Just can't commit it instantly. Turns into a very awkward engagement. You also have to think about these midnight pulses just getting thrown down and burning you for the whole time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This kiting, I mean Skeeter, it draws him in so deep with this armlet toggling that now Chrysalis is heavily overextended. His lifesteal is not enough sustain to deal with all this bits of damage being thrown at him. And
Tundra,
now,
they want those long fights.
yes.
If they get multiple Tuskar spells off, it's a perfect scenario for them.
Trying to hammer away, but here comes the snowball. 9 knocks him out. And it looks for a little bit more too. The shard locking in Puppy. May have gotten the D-ward, but he won't make it out alive. Nisha barely able to jump away before the Tiny could grab him. Toss him to his allies. 5,000 net worth lead for Tundra. They continue to grow and continue to take more and more of the map away from Secret.
This is the Tundra like 5-man skirmish that they use this Tiny and Mirana combo so well for. Like, no cooldowns they really have to wait for. They don't really care about Black Hole this game. They're ready to fight off the stuns, get their carry involved. Skeeter having a way more impactful game this time around. Level 13 top in the charts. He's just been involved in everything. And between him and this Tuskar tag team, there's not enough armor or survivability to deal with the physical burst right now. Pushing Secret to the back, but it's going to give a lot of space to this Tundra lineup to soak up the map. And if there's one thing we've seen this series, it is these two supports between Soxa and Snaking. They find farm and they find it very fast.
Yes, yes, they do.
Attack.
I don't even know where they find this much farm, to be honest. Like, I mean, Sox is pushing up close to Rezo, right? Very different from last game.
Yeah, certainly. This is not the same kind of game where Rezo was just able to hang out in side lanes and farm nonstop and enjoy the occasional team fight. Tundra is actually putting an effort in shutting him down first, smoking him at the start of any of these rotations.
That's the best way to do it. You take the Dawn or Zeus out, you remove a lot of that counter initiation.
Yeah.
And if you hit a nice BKB timing here, that is one of the downsides of the secret line, right? The pipe for Tundra is super powerful. The BKBs, next is powerful. Like, there is not a lot to interfere with those durations, and they get a lot done because the physical burst is just so high.
Maybe catching snaking here. We had that smoke. Don't need to use Thunder God's Wrath. Nisha will hold on to it for now. That was a smoke rotation. They didn't find anything in the triangle like they wanted. They end up, well, they'll have to be content with a Priest of the Moon kill because that's all they got. Meanwhile, ooh, the BKB timing of it, they've hit the pipe. That already feels bad enough for Secret. You hit this BKB timing on Skeeter, I don't know what Secret does.
It's going to be rough. I mean, at that point, these Wraith Pack lineups can always just go into the pit and force the Roche.
Yeah.
Right, you have Deso on Tusk with Tag Team as well. He even has Brigand's Blade on top.
Feels like it's going to be a long time before the Gyrocopter's damage becomes relevant enough to carry through against BKB Wraith Pack pipe.
That's just not doing enough right now.
No.
Too much magic AoE, not enough cleave to clear through this. And again, Tundra just spamming out the map, right? Their supports are so obnoxious and just running down these side lanes, forcing you to react. You see the Eidolon's top, making people show, making you split up while they get slightly more out of the map every minute that ticks by. The team is just crazy efficient in terms of getting farm on everybody, and they make it pay off too. Their itemizations are very good. Again, Force Staff already out for snaking here. Another one being built by Soxa, so double Force Staff once again. That is their MO. It's going to bail out the cores even more.
They're ready to go.
They are always ready.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Movement across.
Regeneration.
Trying to tackle that area of the map that Radiant uses to farm up so much. That Radiant Triangle where we typically have a Gyrocopter who's going to be farming of Ancient. They couldn't actually catch anybody there, but it did clear out enough space where they feel comfortable going back to do Roshan, right? Because Secret is just, I mean, if they're not going to challenge them immediately, Roshan just dies too damn quickly. So an Aegis pick up for Skeeter. Ooh, accidental BKB pop, I believe.
Haste.
He doesn't need it, you know, sending a message here. Yeah, Roshan cannot dodge the smoking. That's that Wraith Pack force fight that Seeker just can't take right now. They just need more farm. They need it on the Stormbreaker, and he's just not getting the space, man.
He really is not. 9 might just be able to 1v1 him here. Rezo not gonna be able to TP out in time. Soxa is there for the cleanup.
And this Tusk has just been incredibly annoying for the Stormbreaker. Yes. The amount of interrupts he has, the physical burst versus a hero that does not build armor for a long time.
And he has
Very
racked
nice
up some
counter pick.
serious Deso charges too. He's at 12 already.
Try and find this tiny, nice
Instant kickback. A lot of magic damage. There's that E-Blade being put to use. If they can catch somebody out of the way of the Enigma,
Radiant's top tower
no Wraith
is
Pack,
under
no
attack.
pipe, they do get bursted very quickly.
Very true. It's like the Veil from last game. When you have this much magic damage, it makes all of your stuns count for just that much more. Oh, it'll push Gyro almost to the top of the charts here. So Stalos is still going for that Ags. He's just going to try and scale it up in a late game Gyro with Ags Satanic. It's one way to try and deal with the burst blink without a save behind you. And there's one save in this game, you know, it is a very long way away, but the Earth Spirit Ags.
That's true.
Can't run. You turn someone to stone, kick them away. Might be something to play for super far down the line, but of course, Tundra's going to have a field day before then.
Certainly. Especially given the fact you said, you know, they have 3 cores that all want to farm up on the side of Secret. They've only got a quarter of the map that they own, so really nothing is left for Zayat to complete his BKB, let alone that Aghanim Scepter. So it's going to have to be through fighting. And a fight is immediately going to be forced onto Chrysalis.
Maybe forced.
Has to use the BKB. He cannot get caught into a team fight against a Chaos Knight with its Aegis and a BKB.
Definitely not even the Mage Slayer on top of the CK going to give him the extra resistant tankiness in these engagements. Not to mention if he ever lands hit on Zeus, just reduce the damage.
Look at this. Tundra saying, okay, that side of the map, they can't play. Let's go to the other side of the map immediately.
Yeah, Moonlight Shadow in one as well. Found the
Smoke is going to break. They did find the gyrocopter, an opportunity to be able to burst him out almost instantly, and there he goes. The response from Secret, they tried to do some damage to the Tiny, only got him to half health. They fully give up now, leaving Puppey behind. Everybody else is going to be able to get out. Yep, we're good.
These AoE spells just do nothing into the auras, man.
Yeah, seriously.
You have to keep your cores alive here. Tundra are just accumulating more and more net worth, lead up to 10k here, using this Aegis to perfection, closing out the map. Suddenly Secret's stuck in a corner again. I feel like that's been the story this whole series.
Yeah, kind of. At that game 2, we heard our analysts come in and talk about how they felt like it was just one team fight away from Team Secret being able to crack open the game, and they eventually did do that. I'm not convinced that there's that same kind of win condition here in this third game.
I mean, that game had Rezo at top of the charts with like 9-1. This game, he has just been destroyed by this Tuskar and Enigma on the map. It just doesn't have the same physical impact as it did last game, and now you're getting tossed back on.
Oh, they can't afford to lose 9. Nisha, he's going to be pulled over to the side, tries to get a hop away, but no chance. 33 tries to throw out the black hole, doesn't actually catch what he wanted out of that, but still great fight for Tundra. Let's hit high ground.
The snowball getting him larger every minute here. The aura's just nothing to fight through it here for Secret. This is turning into a death ball of a game.
It certainly is. And Tundra, they're going to force it. Like game 1, they chilled out. They took so much. They just built up this net worth bigger and bigger and bigger. It looks like here in this situation, 26 minutes in, they're going to claim a full lane of barracks. Team Secret, without Nisha, without a buyback there, there's no way they can hold high ground. That is their big high ground hero. Game 1, they had the Magnus. This game, they've got Zeus. That's the best they have to offer.
I don't even think he can really walk up. Is he even doing anything to them at this point? There's way too much tankability on this Tundra side.
The glyph is down. The tier 3 is almost falling. His Tundra's going to force this for 2.
Why back?
Puppey put themselves in the front lines. They immediately do get the kickback onto the Enigma. Is that who they really want to go for, though? They've lost their 2 supports for it. They're going to buy back. But are they going to get anything for this? Even with the extra life, Puppey TP's in. Instant dieback. Rezo turns around, used the magic immunity to get rid of the Malphus, but he's just dragged back in by Skeeter. Run down through the side. Zai's trying to get the opening. The Dawnbreaker ultimate, it's going to land and do a lot here with an AoE stun, but all of these heroes on a bit of HP. They do not have enough to be able to cut them down. They need more damage. Crystal is trying to deliver. They finally do get it. They bring down the Chaos Knight, run over the Enigma, trying to chase for more. Snaking gets out, completes his TP. Tundra, they just did a serious economic blow, and maybe a very real blow as 9 takes down Resolution. After that fight, Nisha, you cannot let him get away with this one. He's going to eat plate, but he already used the lightning bolt. He's going to TP out. Oh no, Secrets.
9 playing with his food in this game, man. Putting the BKB to great use here. This Tuskar's going in and out of the fight. It's just way too annoying for Secret. They don't have the hard stuns to lock these heroes down. Double Force Staff as well. And like we see, the damage just takes so long to bring any of these heroes down.
Yep.
I mean, it's a triple buyback from Secret in their base defense. Don't even have Black Hole for this engagement. The Enigma's just a damage sink. But he sinks a lot of it.
And it's only because of this buyback here. Just a beautiful ult from Resolution that ultimately sets them up to be able to clean up the fight and just not lose the game outright. Also, Skeeter losing the Aegis midway through that one. Nisha's been caught though. Nisha E-Blade. Oh, he doesn't have a hop, but he does have a Blink Dagger. He blinks away.
That was as close as you can get. Still a blink on CK.
That was a game ender right there, and they might still get it, and they do. One more buyback left for Secrets. And again, is it even enough? Can the Zeus even push them away from this lane? I don't think so.
And Tundra had enough of the long games in the first 2. Decided to kick it up a notch.
Nice blink backwards. Science rolls right into the middle of Tundra. A trap beautifully set and sprung by Skeeter. Stops the initiation entirely. There is still a tier 2 up at the top lane, so Tundra cannot take Mega straight up. But they're only a few minutes away and a couple of movements out from being able to get that potential last team fight forced upon Team Secret.
I don't see a way to fight this 5-man. I just don't see it. Where's the damage coming from? Even if you land everything on everybody, it's just not there. These heroes are too tanky. Triple BKB is now online, so now you have to worry about BKB Black Hole on top of everything else. Tundra just closed this map out so fast. The Death Ball came online, you lose one fight, suddenly you're in a position where you lose Aegis, that converts into a Rax mid. They never looked back. Secret looking perhaps the last team fight of this series.
What do they need to
They need a Divine Rapier, and Crystals has a queued, but he is a long way off.
Okay, what do they need to win this fight in order to get to that Divine Rapier?
They need a Divine Rapier.
Well, maybe Tundra will buy one for him. Oh, look at that. Triple bounty rune just casually sitting back on the dire side of the map. So, and, you know, Tundra, chill out. Take your time. Wait for Roshan. There is very little rush here.
They're just farming it up. Both their supports ahead of the enemy 3. Just insane amount of utility coming out. You have full Lotus on this Mirana, Drum on top of it. Sox has got 4-staff Yules. I mean, these supports are incredibly hard to kill. You have to commit a large amount on them in the first place, which you don't want to because they're not even the big damage dealers. Yeah. Near impossible situation for Secret to play out of here. It really is divine. You just have to find a way to get to it and hope the blacks are enough. Because I don't think any other item is going to cut through this damage in a base defense scenario.
But what if Tundra goes high ground before that? Because that's looking like a very real possibility. I mean, you should, like, tradition says you should probably wait for Roshan. But God, what if they did? What if they did go for that high ground? Could they just end the game right there? Could they just potentially seal their grand finals appearance? You gotta wait, though. Wait for the Roshan. Puppey
knows he's here.
Doxa. I don't know how he knew, but he's gonna find him. You're not getting away from this one, Puppey. All of that farm. Some of it's gonna get taken away by 9.
Stalls out the game a little bit.
True.
I think Soxa was just predicting that this is where Gyro's gonna go. Like,
yeah.
Where else is he gonna go to farm? I think.
And then he found a Crystal Maiden farming the ancient.
Take that too, but that was a beautiful read. I mean, the way these guys are reading the map and the movements. Absolute perfection here.
It really does feel like they've cut it down to the science. It's process of elimination. They just can't farm these areas of the map. Go to the few parts that they can. I mean, just look at what Crystallis has to do in this. He's been hugging the side lane of the trees. He pops out, tries to get a little bit of farm in this bottom lane where he can. He could buy the Relic, but the Divine, the full-out Divine, is so far away.
Relic ain't doing it.
No. They need something much bigger, much grander to be able to cut through Tundra, who smoked up around the Roshan spawning here. Look for an opening, see if they can find anybody. Nobody's showing. Okay, let's check that Roshan pit. Oh, hey, look at that. Big guy spawned. We could take Aegis and Shard.
They get to choose who gets to take that victory Shard.
Yeah, between Skeeter and 9. The potential 2 Royal Roaders, as they're both looking. Their first time TI appearance. Get to that grand finals.
And even the nullifier done for this Tuskar, so any sort of save mechanic that would have come out is no longer there, which Secret aren't even getting there. It's pretty much just the E-Blade. He's kind of just itemizing ahead at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, it is all on this Gyro Reaper, which, like you said, I don't know if we're getting there. Tundra can just walk down top, cement the death ball.
And even if he does get it, he's got no sustain whatsoever. He doesn't have lifesteal.
Yeah, it's no guarantee you.
He might just get one shot. Nine might just show up, punch him in the face. Glass jaw gets knocked out. And there goes the Divine Rapier.
That is Dota. Sometimes punching someone in the face is stronger than divinity.
13-31, 33 minutes in. Feels like this game 3 has just been a slow, constant progression of Tundra building up that snowball bowl. Realistically, we can have this windfall of net worth going their way, but as it stands, there it is right there.
Well, Gabe has decided.
No shot.
Honestly, from a theoretical perspective, I think it might be true. But of course,
everything
Dota
breaks down on the TI main stage,
yes,
right?
Dota is not played in the theoretical round. It is played in the Coliseum, where mistakes can be made. So there is still a glimmer of hope here. However, faint Ags on Nisha give them some extra damage and stun here. course, we are still a little bit off that divine.
And even when he has the gold for it, how do they get out there to buy it?
That is a bigger problem.
Yeah, because you can't just rely on the courier. That might
His
get
courier
sniped.
is already in the trees, so he's prepping for it.
That is so scary.
That is a risky courier to run, man.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you might not even get there. Tundra's just near your base.
Tundra, they're setting up. They got the initiation. They're going to bring down the Dawnbreaker first. The arrow comes out. He's dead. No buyback there. Science trying to disrupt whatever he can. The snowball on back in is going to be able to finish up Science. The Puppy falls as well. 3 dead, no buyback. Tundra maybe don't even need the Megas. Maybe they've just delivered the final blow to Team Secret, knocking them down to the lower bracket.
You'll have to fly it through here on the side. The last hope.
Now, is he going to be able to sneak it through? Will anybody notice his courier? It's going to slip on by for now, but Megas is going to be claimed. Team Secret. Oh no, he's been grabbed. BKB does go off. Divine Rapier starts going to work, but you can see they're actually decently tanky. Chrysalis has got to get back to it, but he's just going to get blacked out immediately. Divine Rapier picked up. Divine Rapier dropped, and that is it. Tundra are going to the grand finals.
And in an absolute dominating fashion for this game 3. Those first 2 games, pretty rough and tumble, but this just cemented their dominance in this tournament. They are definitely the favorites going into that grand finals. Just no one can break the way these guys play the map, out-farm you, out-efficiency you. They find the picks, your lanes collapse, your jungle disappears. It is clinical, man. There are just no mistakes that come out on this side when they're functioning on all cylinders. And games look like this. You get deathballed out of nowhere from that 20-minute mark to the 30-minute mark. All downhill.
It's just going to come down to that best of 5 grand finals. Then we'll see whether or not it's going to be Secret or Liquid who will challenge Tundra there. See if they can break Tundra in a best of 5, because in these best of 3s, Tundra has seemed untouchable. Crazy strong performance by them, and we're going to see more of them tomorrow, but that actually is going to be closing out the day. A 2-1 for Tundra takes into the grand finals.
And we have now locked our very first grand finalist here at the International 2022 Tundra Esports, an organization that you wouldn't have heard of at prior TIs. They were very, very close to qualifying to TI-10, fell to OG, and now they're back in a very strong form. I don't really think many people would have predicted them. I think closing